Welcome back, everyone, to another exciting episode of Starknet Espresso. Today, we are diving deep into the latest advancement in the Starknet ecosystem, and we have a very special guest here with us today, Mr. Evans Okoli. Evans is well versed in the recent updates in Starknet protocol, and we are thrilled to have him here today to share some of these insights with us. Hi, Evans. Welcome to the show. I'm really happy that we finally got to do this together. It's been a while coming now, and I'm happy that you're here with us today. Well,
Yeah, thank you very much for having me on Starknet Espresso. It's a real pleasure to be here with you today.
thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, without wasting much of your time, our viewers are looking at Starknet Espresso, and one of the things that we've asked recently is, what is Starknet? What is basically Starknet? What is Starknet all about? So I think it makes a lot more sense since we have you on this show to give us what is Starknet, explain to us what Starknet is.
Yeah, okay. Starknet is, as name sounds, as name implies, it's a stack-based layer 2 protocol building on Ethereum. So there's really not much to say, just that, in terms of proof systems, you have Stack, you have SNAR. So Starknet is stack-based. They use stack proofs and then they are built on Ethereum. That's just a simple explanation.
Okay, so what would you say? What would you say is the role of Starknet in blockchain?
Actually, you know that Ethereum has been there. Ethereum has been built. Ethereum has security, but there are also, I think it was Vitalik that coined this trilemma issue. So we have the problem of scalability and decentralization. So on Ethereum, we have scalability, and no, we have security. We have, I think, decentralization to an extent, but the scalability is not there. So the main purpose why we have layer 2 protocols is to scale the mothership, that's Ethereum. Now we have many protocols that are supposedly doing this, but then I think if you look at scalability truly, I think it's only Starknet that has been able to, make some real progress, advanced progress in terms of scaling the blockchain, like in terms of scaling Ethereum.
So we would say that basically Starknet is just there to steal Ethereum, right?
Definitely, yeah. Although
Okay.
recently they started also working on Bitcoin. So it's not only Ethereum now, they're also planning, doing advanced research to also scale Bitcoin using what they call opcards.
Yeah.
I think.
No, wow, fantastic. So I know like this prior week that have just in fact recently Starknet released an update that is called everybody on Twitter has been raving about Bolt, how speed the network is.
Yeah, welcome
Yeah,
to both.
yeah, true.
Yeah.
So I believe that goes along the line of what you rightly pointed out about scaling. So I guess the question would be,
Yes.
how does Starknet scale Ethereum? Now I know there's a lot of talk about parallel execution now. Does it have anything to do?
Yeah.
Can you go deep into the scaling process?
Major issue that we are facing with scalability is how many transactions can we pull off in a second. So like how many transactions can we process within the shortest amount of time. That's the whole noise about scaling the blockchain. Now, recently, the Starknet did an upgrade, 0. I think 0.113.2 or so. So that was called both because of the thing is blazing fast.
Yeah.
Like you have instantaneous transaction confirmation. So the new update also comes with at least 400 to, I think, between 250 to 400 transactions per second. So earlier, I think it was around 50 TPS, but now we have 15x increase in transaction per second on Starknet. So you can say that, okay, we are making a headway. We are making serious progress in terms of scaling the blockchain.
Yeah.
So how do they do this? The new upgrade with what they call parallelization, parallel execution of transactions. So what that means is, instead of normally on most protocols, how transactions are being executed is on first come, first serve, as in first in, first out order.
Yeah.
So if me and you and I want to send transaction on blockchain, if I send my own, you have to go first before your own can follow. So that's
Yeah.
there's latency in between. There's time wasting in between. So that's very like it makes TPS to be low, very low in terms of how many transactions can we process in 1 second. So when you do this thing, when you process transactions sequentially, it's slow. By common sense, it's slow. But now we have this multi-processing at once on Starknet called parallel execution. Here you can process more than one transactions. You can have 10, 15, 20, 30 transactions at once. So you're
Yeah.
no longer waiting in line. You are serving the whole transactions at the same time, provided they are not related or depending on each other. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's fantastic. So
Yes.
that I understand. So it makes a lot more sense now why TPS will increase, you know. I think it was
Exactly.
on
Yeah.
Twitter. I was reading one of the official handles. It was just breaking down how these transactions, how this prioritization works. And the person broke it down so well, where it talked about where you have maybe someone sending, what would you call it, crypto or asset from one person to another, and then you have a swap going on in a DeFi, and then you probably have someone
Yeah.
doing an NFT. So all those normally would have to
Yeah.
wait each other's turn sequentially, but what we have now is
Exactly.
basically everything is going on simultaneously.
That's it. Yeah. That's what parallelization brings to Starknet. So you have
Wow,
TPS now from 40 TPS to 400, 500. That's like
that's
more than 15 times increase.
that's a lot. That's a lot. I think that should be the highest in the ecosystem right now. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. That's the highest we have now.
Oh, yeah. So, another thing I wanted to point out because there's a couple of things I wanted us to cover, and that's because you are deep into the protocol level when it comes to Starknet, and I believe you know how some of these things work very well. One topic that I've been drawn to lately is the SNAR, SNAR, I think. Can you,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, and I also think it has. So the question is, does it have anything to do with the scaling? So if yes, how does it work in conjunction with parallel execution too?
Okay. Okay. So SNAR is Starknet applicative recursion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes with the last upgrade. So what this does is basically block packing. So now we have what is called block packing on Starknet. It has to do with the cost of sending data, the cost of verification, verifying the proofs on L1. So normally earlier, before the upgrade, we have each block we are sending to the Ethereum layer cost around 217,000 gas. So per block.
Yeah.
So what that means is you have to, minimize the frequency of blocks you are sending to minimize cost.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So that also leads to slowness, like it also leads to things not being as fast as they should in terms of block confirmation and those.
Yeah.
So now what SNAR does is with SNAR you can pack instead of, okay, if you go low level, you have instead of having transactions, you know how MQ works. Instead of
Yeah.
having transactions at the base as the leaf, we are having blocks. So we are now packing, each node now is connecting two blocks together.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
So instead of having transactions as the leaf, you are having blocks. These transactions have already been executed and then packed in blocks. So now these blocks
Yeah.
are what are being connected, that are being joined together at the nodes till you get to the root node.
Yeah. So instead
So
of routes
each
now, instead of the route being the route for transaction, that's leads, it's a route for different blocks, multiple blocks.
exactly
Wow,
yeah,
wow.
exactly. Yeah. So what you have is a root. The root is a proof actually, because the recursion is a recursion that's generating proof for each node.
Yeah.
So it's like a callback for each node, for each margin of blocks, it generates a new proof.
Oh, okay, yeah,
So when
yeah.
you have the final proof, the root proof now is what is being sent to the verifier by the prover.
Okay.
You get, yeah, instead
Yeah,
of
yeah.
each block now paying 217,000 gas, the cost is split across the entire blocks on that
Oh, yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So that's basically what SNAR is about.
So what you have now is basically that same amount of gas, but more blocks now embedded in it.
Yeah, for instance, if you have like 20 blocks
Yeah.
in that, yeah, in that pack, you have like 20 blocks. What you now do is, okay, instead of paying 217,000 gas, you are now splitting the total cost among if you have 20, that should be around 10 point something gas per block. So just
Oh,
divide by
wow.
the entire blocks you have. It makes things scalable, like on
Oh.
a marginal level. It makes things, you can scale things quickly. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think one of the things I also read on this week, in fact, one thing that I'm noticing now is the drastic reduction in gas fees now. And I think you can attribute it to this new development. I also think, I think
Yes.
in one of my introductory video, I pointed it out that Starknet has the lowest gas fee as far as the blockchain is
Currently,
concerned.
yes, yes. They are getting gas fee around 0.0001, 0.002. That even if you do 1,000 transactions have not even taken up to $1 in gas
Wow.
fee.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
that's massive development. And I think one of
Eh,
the things it does to blockchain as a whole is people can interact more now on the blockchain without being scared of
yes.
gas fees. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. People
That's
that carry out heavy transactions, people that play games, maybe people that do DeFi on a large scale,
yeah.
they don't have to worry about gas fee now because, I mean, you can run 1,000 transactions. You have not even paid up to $1.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. I noticed some of my transactions lately have been, Jesus Christ, is minimal. I don't think there's any word to describe it. It's been minimal.
I
In
mean,
my
compared to what you have a few months ago, you're paying $5, $6. I paid up to $6 for just to send a transaction on Starknet. I mean, if you think
yeah.
about it now, you're like, wow,
Yeah,
that's quick.
I was going to mention, when I think it was the DeFi summer started when we were doing some of these staking programs when they charge us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
remember, right?
I'm thinking back now and I'm wondering, man, maybe we should have
Yeah,
waited.
you see, transaction costing as much as $4, $5
Yeah, exactly.
just
But
to stake.
it's
But
just
now
been
you can
it's a
imagine.
massive reduction. Yeah, it's a massive reduction.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think this one thing this upgrade did basically was it threw a lot of light on where I say the protocol level when it comes to Starknet, because there's a lot of things coming out now from this that people never paid attention. Now we've mentioned SNAR, we've mentioned block packing, we've mentioned, and I think one of the things that was so massive with that came out massively with the introduction of the update was also I was seeing people saying confirmation in 2 seconds, confirmation in 2 seconds. And it feels
yeah.
like there's so much pride behind it. Is there really confirmation in 2 seconds?
Actually, it's 1 second, not 2 seconds. And it's crazy because a few days ago, I was trying to make a swap on a Kubo. So the fun thing is when I confirmed the transaction in the wallet, before I could turn like blink an eye, I didn't see the transaction loaded. All I see is that it has
Yeah,
been swapped. That's less than a second. If you ask me,
that
getting
sounds
transactions
just
being confirmed in less than a second, like it's
wow.
crazy.
Well,
I'm
I saw the
crazy.
2 seconds. I'm very positive with Starknet, but when I saw the transaction, 2 seconds
I think 2 seconds, they are just being modest with 2 seconds.
I hate to
Actually,
say it, but
it's once.
I hate to say it, but Starknet can brag, but deservedly so. Deservedly so.
I don't think it's brag. If they want to brag, they pay you 0.5 seconds. So 2 seconds is being modest, actually. And I
Yeah,
think if because you're looking at the company that invented Stack, for God's sake,
yeah,
when nobody knew what that you can do blockchain with computations and mathematics, they invented Stack. Both
yeah.
Snack and Stack was invented by Starknet. So any company running on provable programs like zero knowledge proofs had to attribute to Starknet because that's where everything began.
Oh,
So I think
wow.
that the leader
Wow.
in aspect of zero knowledge, Starknet is the leader. Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. So so now talking about the technology. So we can you touch a little bit on the stone prover?
Okay. Stone proof, I know, is just a virtual machine anyway. So how proof systems work is you got transactions. After running your transactions, you have to pass it, you have to generate a proof for each of them. The proof is trying to like prove to the verifier that we actually run these transactions, that we are not just blindly passing transactions to the L1.
Yeah.
So you have your transaction, you send to the prover. Prover is a machine, a gigantic virtual machine built by Starknet. So what they do is take all the transactions, generate a proof. So after running some mathematical computations, they now generate a proof that can be sent to the Ethereum blockchain. So we have the
Mhm.
Starknet has a verifier on the L1 that verifies all the proofs. So
Okay.
if you lie, if you generate an incorrect proof, it's going to reject it because they're going to like prove beyond all reasonable doubt that actually this happened. So
Yeah.
incorrect proof are rejected while the correct ones are accepted. Uh, so the prover is generally just to create the proof and then send it to the verifier.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice one. Yeah. So one other thing I think, like I'm looking at the speed at which Starknet releases updates. I mean, from the time that I started interacting with Starknet, it feels like there's always something coming out every other week. That's how massive it is. I think, for example, like when we
Yeah,
started,
I think it's more like every 2 days you get an update. Every 2 days you get
you
an
see why I
update.
say Starknet brags. Yeah, but
No. Check their Twitter, and at the end of the week you get like 5 or 6 updates summarized for you. So I think it's just maybe every 2 days you get an update. Yeah. So
yeah, but I think it's a good thing, generally speaking, even if whether it's bragging or whatever. But I think it's a good thing because like, I mean I'm looking back at when we started the syntax for Cairo, for example, the syntax for Cairo has changed so much, and for each update, it makes writing Cairo even a lot more easier. So is the wave and the
yeah,
speed at which these updates come out. So what I'm thinking now is what is next? And like it's a huge question to ask considering the feats that they achieve now with 400 transactions per second. And I'm looking at what else is there something else we should be expecting? Because it's just a lot. We're about to take in the whole idea of transaction confirmation in 2 seconds. Yeah, that's massive. If anybody did that in one year, it will be a massive improvement and development. But the way they are moving, it feels like there's something always on the block, something always coming up. What are we expecting
I
from
can assure you
Starknet?
that in the next few months, I think the update I'm really looking forward to is the stool prover. They are building a new prover,
Okay,
STWO, stool prover.
okay.
So the exciting thing about is not bragging. the exciting thing about this new prover is it has been tested already. I think they used that was M3 laptop. That's Apple. So they were getting
Yeah,
above 600,000 hashes per second.
you're joking.
Did you get that?
You're joking.
That's more than 500,000 hashes per second. I'm serious. There's a
Wow.
blog post about it by Eli Ben Sasson.
Oh, maybe I should look that up too.
Yeah, so this tool proof is coming. I think the timeline is around maybe January or February next year.
Okay.
So people are shouting that, okay, we are doing 400, 500 TPS now. In the next few months, you are going to have like maybe 1 million TPS. That's bigger
It's
than Visa TPS.
it's that I was going to say it's even bigger than what you see in Web 2. Is that possible?
It's not a question of if it's possible, it's a question of
When?
when, because it's already been proven. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a question of when are they going to release the updates. It's already been done. More than another guy ran the same benchmark on another bigger system. The guy
Yeah.
was getting around I think it was 1.6 million hashes per second, or either 1.4, 1.6, between 1.3
Wow.
or 1.6 million hashes per second on a bigger machine.
Wow.
So yeah, I think the issue of scalability to scale Ethereum now, I think that question has been answered by Starknet, because once this tool prover comes online, we have, I believe by then we will have to, achieve scalability. 500 hashes per second can run any amount of transaction for it.
Wow.
So
Wow.
what we should be looking at now, maybe what next that maybe Starknet should be looking at then should be maybe decentralization, trying to like maybe get uh, maybe users to like a smartphone and the other ones. It's for TPS, I think the scalability question has been answered. Yeah,
Oh, oh, interesting. Interesting. That's quite something to look forward. Something to look
it's
forward
massive
to.
actually. It's
Yeah.
massive. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Come on.
exciting the possibilities on Starknet. It's just like every time I hear it, I'm more optimistic. I'm more excited about what they are doing. It's and even with what you said now, it's like something that's never been heard before, right? So it's just massive. That's I think that's in a nutshell how to
It's
describe
crazy. It's
Starknet
crazy.
now. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. As I
So
said, Starknet, I think to say they're bragging is it's actually not right, because when they are doing more than they even make noise about.
oh
Eli Ben Sasson was the guy that invented computational mathematics to prove blockchain transactions. The guy doesn't even make noise about it. You
yeah.
can imagine a company invented ZK technology, another company was going to, you know, franchise it, and the rest of them.
Yeah,
That's the way
that
I'm
there
thinking.
was, I think that there was a saga about that about 2 months ago around
Yeah,
yeah, it's funny. It's funny soon. Blockchain is a funny place, but the issue is resolved now, I guess. Yeah.
yeah. I think the whole thing has been dropped, so
Oh,
everybody's it's cool.
okay. So, final thoughts. What exactly do you expect from, and this is Starknet Nigeria now. What exactly is, what exactly is happening in Starknet Nigeria, Starknet Africa? Are there any new things that is on the landscape? Are we expecting anything from our developers here in Africa as far as Starknet is concerned?
I'm going to do a big shout out to Boy Manuel, the convener and the person in charge of Starknet Africa. The guy is doing a
Um,
big job. Like, he inspires me a lot. But then coming to the developer side of things, I think Starknet has in Africa, Nigeria contributes a lot to Starknet ecosystem in terms of
yeah,
products we build. I know personally, I know like two or three different teams from Nigeria that has gotten Starknet grant.
Yeah, yeah.
So they can't just give you a grant unless they see the viability of what you're building. So I'm proud of what Nigerian developers are contributing on Starknet.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
instance, we have Stack Trade. Stack Trade is a trading bot built by my friend. So you just connect your Telegram username, input some few details. It generates a wallet for you, saves your private key for you. They don't touch your private key. So it
wow.
saves it for you on your system. Then create a wallet address for you, a new account for you. You
Yeah.
can trade, buy and sell, do anything you want to do on Starknet from your Telegram application.
Wow.
So it's
Wow.
crazy. Nigerian developers are building real stuff on Starknet.
Wow. Wow. That's interesting. That it sounds like a very, very interesting project, I will say. That's nice. I've never heard of it, by the way. You
Yeah.
said Stack Trade, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
So
okay.
it
Fair
was
enough.
developed by Kaswini and his team. They actually had a meeting
Oh,
with Starknet Foundation about it. So they were impressed. Like they were impressed with the project to the extent
yeah.
that
Funny
they
enough, I know Cass. I know Cass. He should be on.
yeah,
He will possibly be on Starknet Espresso soon. I think we've had a conversation on that recently. Yeah. So I
it's a
don't
nice
want to
guy.
let the cat out of the
He's a good
bag. I
friend
think
of
I
mine.
should just I think it's best I leave the project. Probably when he comes on the show, he's going to tell us more about it. Now that I know this is the one that is yeah,
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 that's better.
yeah. So Evans, thank you very much for coming. Like it's been an amazing time with you. You know, with everything that you said, with what you've unveiled, what you've unpacked in this show. It's really enlightening, I would say. But before we go, I know you have a couple of social handles where you talk more about Starknet. I think you also have hold Cairo classes on YouTube too. So I'm
I have a
thinking,
channel for
yeah.
okay, all right. So I have a YouTube channel. It's just I hold kind of tutorial for Cairo language, Cairo programming language. So the channel is just Cairo Academy. So if you search for Cairo Academy on YouTube, you see the channel. So it's mostly about Cairo programming languages.
Oh, okay,
We have some
okay.
few videos, and the people that watch the video, they give feedback, and they know that they are getting real values from them. So
Oh, okay. So what
my
I will
handle
do
on Twitter,
basically, sorry,
okay?
what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to add the YouTube channel in the description box so that anybody that wants to learn more on Starknet generally, but also Cairo and follow you up for everything that your all your works on Starknet ecosystem. We are going to put your YouTube handle, your Twitter handle, now X handle on the description box. But you can also like tell us, call out your social media handles for us, but we'll still do the needful and put it in the description
Just
box.
most of them just Okoli Evans everywhere, both on X, on GitHub, on YouTube is Cairo Academy. That's basically it. I'm not a big social media user. I'm just
Yeah.
Twitter and what else? Nothing, just Twitter.
Oh, okay. Okay. Fair enough. So once again, thank you very much. It's been a great pleasure having you.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll have you back. Hopefully before the Stone Prover update comes up, we'll have you back more to, tell us more about things that are happening. But I feel like you have so much knowledge in these things. And because of time, we're trying to like, get to round up things. But hopefully in subsequent episodes, I hope to have you so we can discuss more on other
Definitely.
topics on
I'm
Starknet.
always available. Yeah,
Okay.
no problem.
It's always inspiring to hear about the strides being made in scaling and optimizing the blockchain. And Starknet is at the forefront of this. Once again, thank you very much, Evans, for joining us to today's episode and sharing your insights. For everyone watching, remember to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on more discussions and expert interviews on Starknet Espresso. Until next time, keep exploring, Keep building and stay tuned to Starknet Espresso. Thanks for watching.